So our first problem asks us to convert from grams of gold into moles of gold. So 4.80 grams of gold into moles of gold. So if I think about my mole map, if I have moles, where's my calendar? Here we go. If I have moles, I can go from grams to moles. I can go from volume to moles, and I can go from items like formula units, atoms, and molecules. What was the conversion factor that's going to help me go from grams to moles? Matthew. Very good. And we call that the molar mass. The grams over moles is called molar mass. What's it called, everybody? All right. If I want to go from volume to moles, Isaiah, what's going to help me? At STP, a gas will occupy 22.4 liters per mole. At STP, that's just like a statement. Like, I balanced my checkbook. On payday, this was what my balance was. So remember that the important value was 22.4 liters. The mole of one gas is 22.4 liters. We say this is happening at STP. And then I have items. How am I going to convert from items into moles and back? Adrian, what's the conversion factor?
Items over mole.
True. What's the number that goes with it?
6.02 to 10 to the 23rd.
Items per mole. And we call that number Avogadro's number, which is symboled Na. Okay? So we're going to use each of these tools to help us to convert from one unit to another. So the first problem says 4.80 grams of gold into moles of gold. So my question is, am I working with atoms or compounds? Jared, which one am I working with? Atoms or compounds? Do I have any other elements? Atoms. Sweet. So I can just go straight to my periodic table and say, I just have one thing. Okay, so I'm going from grams to moles. So I go to my chart. My chart says, here I am at grams, and I want to go to moles, and I just have gold, so I don't have to do any math. So I have to find the molar mass. So we go to our periodic table. We find gold. We find gold. AU, here it is. What is the molar mass of gold? Daisy.
196.97.
And the label is?
AU.
True. So it's 196.97 AMU. But if I have 1 mole of it, then I can say I have 196.97 grams in 1 mole. Okay? So let's look at our problem. I want to go from grams into moles. So where does grams go? Top or bottom? Want to get rid of it. There you go. So grams goes on the bottom. Moles goes on top. So I look at my number and it said there are 196.97 grams, this is the molar mass, in 1 mole. So I put 196.97 grams on the bottom. 1 mole on top. Grams cancels out because they are diagonal. And my math says multiply 4.8 times 1, divide by 196.97. So I do that. 4.8 times 1, enter, divided by 196.97, enter. And I get this big long number with a bunch of calculator junk. So Scott, how many significant figures should be included from my calculator?
2 or 3.
We always go back to our original number, 4.80. How many sig figs are in that number? 3. So I have to find 3 significant figures in here. So 3 significant figures is what number, Scott?
0.0244.
Very good. The 3 is rounded up to a 4. So my answer becomes 0.0244 4, and the label is moles of gold. And box your answer. And I want the element name too, because we're going to go from one element to another element, so that becomes significant.